All right. It has been a minute, or at least it feels like it has. I'm not exactly sure how long it's been. Probably more than a minute. Yeah. Well, it's been a minute since I rebuilt a board. I think I managed to mention a while ago. Mentioned? Managed? I try to combine those two words. Didn't go well. I didn't make a new word. I think I managed to mention that I was going to rebuild this Steve Steadham. Wow, look at that. Nice sticker. A while ago. And I think this is 2016, I believe. But I got some mini logo parts, and I thought, man, wouldn't it be cool to resurrect this thing in the Powell ecosystem, or Skate One ecosystem, as I've done with some of my other stuff, my Giga Ripper, my Mike Mike Vallely. I've set those up with mini logo trucks, Powell wheels, mini logo hardware, mini logo risers, and it's been working out really well. With this one, I'm going to take the wheels in a different direction, a more modern, newer direction. Got a set of the Dragons right here. These are the 56s. First time on these, so I'm looking forward to trying them out to see what all the hype is about. I know a lot of people have moved on to the nano cubics, but still, I think there's a place for these. I'd like to see how they perform. I went with the 56mm because I'm putting these on a 1/4 inch rise. I know that I probably don't need a rise, but with the mini logo trucks being lower, to lift them a little bit is a good thing. They actually sell these with a lift kit. Even if you're riding as low as 52mm wheels, sometimes it helps to put a lift kit on these because they are low. We're not going to run into that situation here because we're riding a 56, and I'm going to put a 1/4 inch rise. Mini logo bearings. Might do a little something different with these. I'm going to see if I can peel the shields out of them and go raw, because, you know, who doesn't like it raw? Mini logo hardware. This is 1.25 inch. They're militant about their quality. So yeah, pretty excited to put this thing together. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty sick setup, everything considered. I did want to cop that Steadham that released, Steadham that released a little while ago, the one with the orange stripes that had the multicolored veneers, so the wheel wells kind of had several different colors in them, but I just never got around to it, man. And every place that I typically shop for Skate One products was sold out. Old Skull. I did see that they actually have them still up on their website, so maybe one day they'll do a sale and I can grab one of them. I much prefer the orange one to the, I believe it's like a blue and purple one. The blue and purple one's not terrible, but I don't know. I just feel like that orange one looks a little bit better just because of the colored veneers. But always love this board. I've always loved this graphic, especially. That is a sick graphic. One of the best. And it's a rad shape too, you know. I think the wheelbase on this is a 16.5, so it's a little bit bigger. And that's pretty cool too. But yeah, we get started. I don't know, maybe I should try to pop these bearing shields first just to see how that looks before I start screwing things together. Yeah, I wanted to put this together a month ago, beginning of July. Here it is, almost the beginning of August, but there were so many groundbreaking and foundation shaking events that were happening all around the globe. I was a bit distracted. And of course, I'm talking about the Girl Swirl Surf Skate event in Venice. I mean, if anything shook me to my core, watching that definitely did. I'm not sure if I'll ever be the same, but you know, I will survive. I will go on. I will continue to believe. I will continue to skate. Speaking of that, I've actually been getting out more frequently. I hope to have some actual skateboarding footage or skateboarding clips instead of me just building skateboards or talking about skateboards. But yeah, my work schedule has changed up a little bit, so I'm gonna get some weekdays off. So I think that potentially, it came out of there real easy. So I think that potentially I can, you know, have the park to myself and maybe film a couple of lines the way that I do, because it's really hard for me to film like one-off tricks, and it's really hard to film full lines like moving the camera from place to place, and yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that it goes well, at least for now. So I'm looking forward to that. And I also might have an unboxing coming up, or I know that I will have an unboxing coming up pretty soon. Ordered something from the aforementioned Skate One. So I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too soon on that, but it's on its way here. Well, I didn't order it from Skate One. I ordered it from Tactics, which I hadn't done business with them in a while, but I ran across their website, and they actually had something that I had kind of been looking for. But it's in the Powell family. So I'm going to hold out the surprise on that. These shields are coming off really easy. Some people say that, I mean, this is going to be more of just a look thing for me, just to have, I'll show you kind of that raw bearing look. But some people say that this is actually faster, that they spin faster without the shields in them, but the grease gets out, so they end up being slower ultimately. I can't tell you if that's just kook shit or what that's all about. This is more just an aesthetic thing that I'm going to go for, because I recently watched a video where someone had kind of like a my setup video, and they were talking about their setup, and they said, yeah, I like to take the shields off and go raw. And I thought, man, that's cool. So, you know, since I don't really create anything on my own, and I just go around and emulate what other people do, I'm like, yeah, this is the perfect opportunity for that. Yeah, so yeah, that's exciting. What else is yeah, like I said, I hope this video finds everybody well. I know it's kind of been a minute, and like I said a few minutes ago, definitely some changes have come my way for the better. I think I remarked before that I really was kind of at my wit's end with my place of employment, so I decided to split just on a whim. I was like, bro, I got to get out of here. It's just too, it's really draining me. And yeah, those came out really nice. That looks fire. So I was like, yeah, I got to get out of here. I'm over it. I'm leaving this place. I put in my notice. I went out into the working wilderness without any kind of a plan. Took me a couple of days, and I landed on something else, and that something else seems like it's going to be pretty good. Actually starting up really soon, and I'm really looking forward to the change 100%. So my good fortune kind of continues for sure, and I'm stoked about it. I got out of a bad situation and into a good one, got better money, better health insurance. So I don't know how the time off situation, because I had a bunch of PTO accrued from my old job. These are mini logo 1/4-inch rise. These are definitely firmer than the halves. It's a harder plastic, but they'll still flex. Yeah, so it's going to take a minute till I get that better insurance and more and accrue some really good PTO time. But time off and stuff like that was whatever when you're working in the spot that just sucks and the people that you work with are miserable pricks. So yeah, I'm stoked to be out of that bad situation into a better situation, and stoked to be able to still have to find some time to be able to get out and skate. That's what I'm most looking forward to. And if I do have that weekday off situation, man, I might be able to get the park to myself and, you know, kind of try to build back. I still feel totally freaking snake bit, and I can't. I mean, I've gotten back the speed and everything and control that I had prior to breaking my arm, but I definitely am. I don't know. I'm scared of really trying to challenge myself with the coping and everything like that. There's something in my head that I can't get that back right now. It just definitely evades me. I feel the fear. I feel like I'm going to fall and, you know, re-injure myself or hurt myself significantly and miss more time. So I'm comfortable with staying underneath the coping for now, but I definitely would like to get some rounds where I'm actually attempting some stuff. Oh wow, dragon sticker, pretty rad. If I knew where I could put that, would be even radder, but unfortunately I have no clue to where to put stickers. One day I'm gonna figure it out. I wonder if there's a creator out there who like does videos on where to put stickers. I bet there is. I'm gonna have to search that out. I have to figure that out. All right, so we got everything busted out, all of our parts. Let's find our bearing press real quick, and we'll put these wheels together. But yeah, totally feeling absolutely snake bit, and it's kind of been bothering me as of late. Especially today, I skated for a little while, and just looking to get some backside truckers, a couple axle stalls up, and on small stuff too. That's the worst part. And I don't know. There was a lot of tension, a lot of fear. I did ride away from a couple, so I was happy about that, but they definitely weren't clean, and the stalls were like really, really long and fidgety standing up. So I'm thinking about padding up too. I don't know why. Just feels like something maybe that I should do. I always felt like pads were a hindrance, and in some places gave you false confidence where you didn't deserve it, you know. But lately I've been thinking maybe, you know, bail to the knees is probably better than bail into the arm or bail into the skull. I don't know. I guess that's a wait and see, but it's a thought that has crossed my mind recently. So. All right, there we go. That actually looks pretty hard. Going raw right from the jump. The dragon's raw. Yeah, I like it. Sick. Yeah, so we're off to a good start. We're off and running. Oh, mini logos, man. Let me tell you, I have been nothing but impressed. Like I said, I've been riding my Vallely and my Giga Ripper quite a bit, both with the mini logo trucks on them. I can't say enough about these trucks. I recently took that Ripper, that pool shape one that I built, 1/2-inch rise, Ratbone 60 Dragon formula. I took that to the pump track out at Dark Hollow and kind of just trying to break it in. And I spun a couple laps out there, and I was just like, man, this thing is sick on this terrain. So I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm just going to allow that to be my pump track board, but I really enjoyed the way the trucks handled in that circumstance. Those are the ones that I built that have the bones bushing in the top, that kind of gimmick I stole from seeing the Andy Anderson mini logo video. And those trucks actually feel a little bit tighter with that setup in there, but they handled exceptionally well on the pump track. So did those wheels. Those Dragon Formula rat bones, man, they roll. They're fast. They handle really well. They grip that surface incredibly well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to really sessioning that board and giving it like the full ride on that surface. We're also in the process of getting a pump track at the local that I like to skate in Monroeville at Boyce Park. So they invested a bunch of money, or got grants maybe. But yeah, they built some kind of weird climbing setup and a new playground, and they put in a pump track. And it's not, it was done by people who build playgrounds. It wasn't done, like, I think Velio Solutions did the one in Oakmont. So it's way better. It's like night and day difference, the two of them. It's almost insanely ridiculous how nice. It's a Phillips. No, it's fine. It's almost insanely just the difference is crazy between the two. Not saying anything bad. I mean, I appreciate the effort. I'm glad they went the distance and tried to do something a little different. But I don't know how much money they spent on creating that pump track, but whatever it was too much, because it's definitely not great. But I'm not going to take a complete dump on it. I think there's something to it, Obviously, I think it's going to keep the bicycle kids out of the skate park. I think that's going to be beneficial for us in the long run. I think having that there will keep kids kind of occupied, because there are little kids that don't understand really like the function of the skate park. And they kind of do just ride around in circles, and they like to do flyouts and, whatever else. They're just there burning off whatever weird anxiety and sugar energy that they have. So I think having the pump track there is going to really be good for them. I think that they're going to be able to just dip over there and just spin laps. You know what I mean? And that's going to be so much fun for them to be able to chase each other around there. So for that, I'm 100% all for it. Like I'm all in, And I'm also kind of feeling like, yeah, for us, the people who want to skate it, there's going to be a significant amount of like cardiovascular exercise we're going to be able to do over there. So that's going to be fun and exciting too, to be able to get out there and really work on staying in shape and actually doing something that's productive physically. And it's going to be a great way to warm up your legs, that's for sure. So if you show up cold and run a couple of pump track laps, I think you'll be ready to skate in 2 or 3 laps on this one. I'm going to try, maybe I'll try to get some video of it. They've been working toward finishing it. It's a little bit rough. The turns aren't very smooth. There's rumors that they're going to put a top coat on it. And I've heard there's rumors as recently as like a couple of days ago that they'll do like a seal coat before they paint it. But they're pushing toward finishing everything up. They've got landscaping and drainage work to do. So hopefully that will happen within the next couple of weeks. And maybe I can get a little video of that just to kind of show you what's going on with it. That's oh yeah, the mini logos are an 875. Should be a pretty good fit. They fit really nice on my my bones, I'm sorry, my larger, the pool-shaped ripper. So the expectation is they should fit pretty well on here. And I'm hoping this performs similar to the way that it did when I previously had it set up. I did have it set up for the first part of like the mini logo experience or mini logo experiment that I had. I think part one had this with the ones with the black hanger, the ones that are now on my Vallely. And what, 59 soft slides, I think. And I like the way that performed. I kind of like the way it felt. That's pretty much part of the reason why I wanted to rebuild it and kind of build it in the same way I had it put together previously. Now, when I first got this, I had Indy 169s and Powell SPFs 58s on it, and I really liked that setup, man. It ripped for sure. But that was quite a few years ago. And then I think I took it apart to put those trucks on something else, and this kind of got stuck in a box for a little while. But it's back. I'm glad to kind of have it back toward the rotation and giving it a more permanent setup rather than just kind of jumping trucks off of it here and there. But yeah, like I said, I did enjoy having it set up with those those mini logos with the black hangers, and that kind of made me feel like I didn't like the 1/2 inch rise though on this board because previously I rode it with a 1/4. So that's kind of the reason why I swapped it out and put that 1/2 inch rise in those 60 millimeter rat bones on the Vallely. So I'm thinking going back to the 1/4 inch rise is definitely the way to go. And I am looking forward to trying that out, especially with the Dragons. Like I said, I didn't ride the rat bone Dragon formula on any hard concrete yet, pretty much just crummy asphalt. So I think, I mean, these should perform fairly well in the park. Everybody who I've talked to that has them, I mean, Boyce is aging a bit. It is a little bit rough in some circumstances, but it's not terrible. But everybody who has them that I know has said they really like them for that particular park and everywhere else they've ridden them. But it seems, I mean, I don't think the hype has completely died off on them, but everybody was so amped on buying them and, you know, reviewing them and here's my opinion, or did they change wheels forever or whatever, you know. It's like, okay, great, sure, thanks for that. Now I don't really see that many people making new content that revolves around it. So maybe I'm last to the party. But even if I am getting to the party at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm still gonna party, dude. You know, that's why I'm there. You know, don't turn the lights on. Put the music back on. Still here. I'm trying to get down on some Dragon formulas, dude. Cut one up. Does anybody watch the Olympics? I didn't watch any Olympic skateboarding yet. I haven't even watched any highlights of it, man. I heard the opening ceremonies was weird or something like that, or they had like some dude with his balls out, and then they brought Snoop Dogg out to do something. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on with that. I should pay closer attention to that. That's like a global phenomenon, huh? Billions of people watch that. I have no idea. But yeah, this thing is kind of coming together really easily. It almost feels very natural to be putting something together again. And now, Yeah, right on. That looks good. That looks really good, actually. Very smooth. Let's drop these wheels on and be done. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do one more video to kind of complete that mini logo experiment thing that I had going on, just as far as durability and wear, because I have definitely been putting those other two sets through the kind of ringer as it refers to skating them frequently. And to be honest, they're holding up incredibly well. They're definitely not going to knock me off of the indie hype train. There's no possible way that's going to happen. I mean, with the reissues of the Stage 4 and, you know, the Stage 11s being the truck that they are, yeah, mini logo, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Do I put them in a close second place? Probably still no. I'd have to definitely probably put the Ace, and I haven't had much experience with the AF1s. I have ridden the Classic pretty extensively, and I like that truck a lot. I couldn't put the mini logo in front of them just based on, you know, more experience with the Ace, and I think I would have to hand it more to the Ace as far as just the time that I've spent on them and, you know, some of the things that I've accomplished while I'm riding them. So third, possibly. I mean, what would they really be up against, especially in my kind of ethos? Probably Gullwing. Are they as good as the Pro 3? I don't know. Maybe. I guess if I was just judging it off, I think the Pro 3 has a better turn. Overall style, I think the Pro 3 looks a whole lot cooler. The functionality, though, I mean, with the way the hanger is shaped on these versus the way that the groove is there on the Gullwing, they both have some tech there. So if we kind of threw it back to just industry presence, I'd have to give it to Gullwing again. I mean, like I said, molecules in motion, the Gullwing army. I mean, whatever. You can talk as much as you want about Andy Anderson or whatever, you know, but we're talking going back to Gator, to Jeff Phillips, Ben Schroeder, Jason Jesse. I know some people are going to have some problems with the names on that list, but, you know, seriously, go back and watch Molecules in Motion, man. It's a sick video, you know. Go back and watch Ben Schroeder shred anything. He's still riding. Like I saw him at the last, whatever, Vans pool party. He was on Gullwing Mags. Still dominating. Still like all out, man. So, yeah. I mean, maybe these are as good. Plus, there's the $32 price tag. You get a set of trucks for $32. That's, what's the balance there? We're talking about history. Oof, I don't know. That scares me a little bit. I don't know what to say. So yeah, third would probably definitely be, I got to give it to Gullwing just because. But these aren't bad. They're not bad trucks for that price, for, you know, $30 for a pair. They turn pretty well. I'd say the only thing I really have, I don't even have anything to kind of like illustrate it, but the hanger height as it relates to the Kingpin. For a guy like me who's usually a 50-50 grinder, I'm not doing any pivot tricks or anything like that. I'm just, you know, maybe a backside double trucker every once in a while here and there. Grinding parking blocks, things like that. There is a little more to be desired there as far as Kingpin clearance in relation to the height of the hanger of the truck. So that's something to be considered. And I know that I'm leaving a lot of other, I mean, there's Slappies and Lurpid and, you know, whoever else is making trucks out there now. Core. I mean, how many truck companies really is there? Bear. There's a bunch of them that I haven't even ridden. Cadillac. But I would like to try the slappies at some point, especially the inverted kingpin. But I've got an idea to get one of those Indy inverted kingpin base plates and throw a stage 4 hanger on there. I think that might be coming up in the near future, in the very near future. So let's see how that functions. I've been riding my Slasher a ton. I think I mentioned that. But yeah, Slasher is sick with the stage 4s on it. And I kind of wanted to compare the Bod Boyle with the Ace Classics versus the Slasher with the stage 4s, but I don't think there really is a comparison. And, you know, I think those stage 4s are just a tighter overall build. The construction of them, the materials put into it, the turn is as good, but it's more stable. It's really interesting. That's something I'm going to have to talk about at another time too. But yeah, this is all put back together. The Steve Steadham rebuild in the Skate One ecosystem. So it's the Steve Stead. I believe I said this was reissued in 2016, I think is when I got this. Mini logo, 875 chrome hanger, mini logo hardware, mini logo riser, that's 1/4 of an inch. Dragon formula 56 mm wheels. Inside the mini logo bearings, I pulled the shield so it's mini logo raw in this case. I'll snap a couple of photos of this bad boy in higher definition, just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like, but close up. But yeah, came out really nice. I'm glad to welcome this thing back into the fleet, and I look forward to breaking in these wheels, and maybe I'll have some something to share about them. Hopefully it's positive, you know. It wasn't a massive investment to get these, and maybe the hype has worn off or whatever, but I think it's still worth it to take them out and try them out, see what it's all about. I mean, I guess maybe I'm behind the herd on this. I've got some catching up to do, man. All right, like I said, I'll snap a couple of photos and give you a closer look at how beautiful this thing is now that it's put back together. And, you know, hopefully in the future I'll have some clips, you know, of this thing at the local skate park, stunting it up. You know, doing some carves, some slashes, some grinds, you know. It's pretty rad. Yeah, right on. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope the world is being kind to everyone. I hope you're all being kind to one another, and good things are happening for you all. Yeah, like I said, I'll be back hopefully later this week, busting out another unboxing, showing off an addition to the collection, and then maybe we can discuss the ideas of a potentially inverted stage 4 going on to that. I've got some plans for Tom Knox back there. What did I pick up? Tom Knox with the 78 BTGs right there. I gotta find some wheels for it. And also, I've got it on a pretty good word. I have an insider, at least I think. Maybe he's an outsider, I don't know. That the Santa Cruz fall reissues are going to drop the first week of August. The Jeff Kendall Wolf coming back for the first time. I think there's a Roscop in there. There's a Salva in there, the Witch Doctor on gold, full dip. Oh man, it's going to be, August is going to be good. I think there's going to be some exciting things happening, and I hope that I'm fortunate enough to be able to be in the right place at the right time to acquire said items and then share them with you. So yeah, stick around for the pictures, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.